NDA, or non-disclosure agreement, that a small business owner enters into includes very many important provisions. Some of those provisions are called boilerplate. Just because they're called boilerplate doesn't mean that they're not important. They are, in fact, important. As a matter of fact, there are 4 important provisions that are commonly called boilerplate or miscellaneous provisions. Those include choice of law. For example, what state's law is going to govern the interpretation and the enforcement of that non-disclosure agreement? Will it be the law of the state of the discloser of the information? Will it be the law of the state of the recipient, or some neutral state law? Very important. A second very important provision is the venue. Where will disputes be argued and resolved? And that's an important consideration because obviously there's going to be a greater expense to a party that has to travel out of state to go to another court. And so one needs to consider that very carefully. And oftentimes the venue is either silent, or when it's expressed within the NDA, it will be determined based upon perhaps who has the greater bargaining strength in making that determination. Another provision is that's important under boilerplate provisions involve waiver. What happens if the one party or the other violates a portion of the agreement and the other party doesn't object to it, doesn't bring them to court, doesn't say anything? Does that mean that that party then is forever able to continue to violate or breach the obligations of the agreement? So what happens when there's waiver is important. One of the other important provisions involves assignment. What happens when and if an entity goes out of business, or there's a change of control in the business, or some of the people in the business leave? Can that contract or NDA be assigned? If so, what are the terms of the assignment? What are the notice provisions? Under what conditions can it be assigned? And will the assignee or the entity or person it's been assigned to have to actually acknowledge that they have received and understood and agreed to the NDA? So those are 4 important provisions in an NDA that are commonly called boilerplate, sometimes given short shrift, but which should really be given greater attention to than may be common.